Welcome to Defense Matters with Vivianne. Today, we're talking about a threat that keeps resurfacing whenever tensions rise in the Middle East: Iran and the Strait of Hormuz. You've probably heard the headline before. Iran threatens to close the Strait of Hormuz. But what does that actually mean? Can Iran really do it? And if it tried, what would happen next? Let's break it down. The Strait of Hormuz is a narrow waterway between Iran and Oman, only about 33 kilometers wide at its narrowest point. Yet despite its size, it carries roughly 1/5 of the world's oil and gas supply every single day. That includes exports from Saudi Arabia, Iraq, Kuwait, the UAE, and Iran itself. If shipping through this strait is disrupted, oil prices don't just rise, they can spike violently, affecting inflation, markets, and energy security worldwide. That's why analysts call it the most important energy choke point on Earth. According to Julian Lee's analysis at Bloomberg, Iran tends to raise the Hormuz threat when it feels cornered, especially under sanctions or military pressure. Closing the strait isn't just about oil, it's leverage. Iran knows it cannot match the US or its allies in a conventional war, but it can create chaos in global energy markets, at least temporarily. The threat itself is often meant as a warning. If we suffer economically, the world will suffer too. Could Iran physically block the strait? Analysts say a full closure would be extremely difficult, but Iran could make shipping dangerous. Possible tactics include naval mines placed covertly, anti-ship missiles fired from shore-armed drones, and fast attack boats, harassment of tankers to raise insurance costs. Iran doesn't need to sink dozens of ships. Even a few incidents could cause insurers and shipping companies to halt traffic voluntarily. Here's the problem for Tehran. Iran uses the same strait to export its own oil, especially to China, its most important customer. Disrupting Hormuz would hurt Iran's economy immediately. More importantly, such an action would almost certainly provoke a military response from the US and allied navies already operating in the region. Historically, the US has demonstrated it can reopen the strait relatively quickly, though not without escalation. In short, Iran can threaten chaos, but sustaining it is another story. Most analysts cited by Bloomberg agree on one point. Closing the Strait of Hormuz would be a last resort move, not a first strike. Iran understands that once it crosses that line, it risks severe military retaliation, further isolation, economic self-harm. That's why the threat is often more powerful than the action itself. So can Iran close the Strait of Hormuz? Temporarily disrupt it? Possibly. Sustain a closure? Very unlikely. But as long as global tensions remain high, the strait will stay one of the world's most dangerous pressure points. Thanks to Julian Lee and Bloomberg for the sharp analysis that informed this breakdown. And thank you for watching Defense Matters with Vivianne.